Okay, are we live? I think we're live. We look live. Okay. Welcome back. Yeah, it's new run. Let's get into attempt 9. Okay. So we're back to the Rook City. I feel like starting with one of the more difficult ones would probably be smart. So let's start with the one who I've only beaten once. That way things can. And now I don't have to think about who I can't use. Let's randomize the environment. Insula Primalis. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, yeah, we've got some Unity variants. So, yay. 4 energy damage is a lot of damage. And this one is destroy mechanical golem, shuffle it. Okay. And then end of turn, increase all damage dealt 2 and buy absolute 0 by 2. Okay, interesting. Well, we are trying to not die. So I feel like we go with this team. And then I want to bring one more. Who might have a good Tachyon? Yes. I think. Last time I think I used Bunker instead of Absolute 0. Which might not be a horrible shout, but Absolute 0 can dish out quite a bit of damage, and he can tank pretty well as well. Just sort of flipping himself for a couple of gold. Do I want to boost my hero's damage, or do I want to use powers? Probably the use powers, and that's a heal. So I think this is what I'm gonna go with. I think... No. I want to probably do this, because then I can boost Tachyon's damage, if need be, so that she can actually deal damage, and it not get reduced to nothing. Actually, wait, the damage reduction is a good point. Do I use GI Bunker? Because then I can negate their damage reduction. No, I meant to take out Absolute 0. So maybe I do this. Oh yeah, I have this variant of Tachyon, which I think is just better. I have 1 less health. But being able to play 2 cards on a luck is pretty decent. Yeah. Might bring Visionary up first. Okay. 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 I guess we go with this. Okay. I need to stop saying okay. Start game. Healing now is nice. Deputy is fine. Ooh, twist the ether off the bat. Ooh. I think I do twist the ether on the operative, just to reduce her damage. And then, hold on. What do we have for everyone's cards? Upgrade mode is play additional cards, heavy plating. Who do I want to give cards to? Oh, should I have... Maybe Tachyon? No, Raw would not have been helpful. Okay, let's... I could do Haka. Let's do Haka. Maybe I can get a good draw. Ground Pound, punish the weak. Ground Pound is the non-heroes cannot do damage. Okay. Let's only keep one mecha in hand. And then Legacy. We're gonna start off by Fortitude. And then increase our damage. Immune to environments. That's nice. Okay, this card we're saving for later. This card we can discard now. But I think this card is one of the cards that we play right now. I discard 2 cards? Yes. So, Sucker Punch and Supersonic Response. Wait a minute. I went with the wrong variant. Yeah. I meant to go with the other variant. I'm sorry. Chairman in Insula Primalis. And then we had... First up was Visionary. Then Legacy. Variant Tachyon. Haka. And finally we had... Who was it? Wasn't Absolute Zero, wasn't Mr. Fixer, wasn't Fanatic, wasn't Expatriate. It was Bunker. Bunker, I think, was before Haka. Okay. Did I click Advanced? I need to stop rushing into these things. I did not. New game. Chairman, Heroes. We had Visionary, Legacy, Variant Tachyon, Advanced, before I forget, Variant Bunker, and finally we had Haka. They don't have any variants for him yet, for the Nuzlocke. Insula Primalis. Let's go. Okay. Everything's set up this time. Okay. This is a less good start. This is a less good start. Why Obsidian Field? Okay, so you're damaging the chairman. So I can ignore the enraged T-Rex. The Obsidian Field is not great. Looks like Haka is gonna have to discard 2 cards. Bolster allies, perfect. Okay. Guess we just get Foresight out. And then, hey, guess what? Haka, you get 2 cards. And you get to discard a card. We'll go with Haka of Battle. Do I want Haka to discard 2 cards is the question. Would I rather Bunker do it? I have Recharge mode, so maybe I have Bunker discard 2 cards and enter Recharge mode. Legacy, bolster allies. Ooh, Hypersonic Assault, nice. Increase all damage. No. Then we go to Tachyon, HUD Goggles, and then do I want to do Hypersonic Assault? I don't think so. I think I skipped playing a second card, but then use her card. I'm sure. 3. Okay, and then we discard the HUD Goggles and Sucker Punch. Start with the Operative. And then we take out the Hired Gun. And then we damage the Contract. And then we damage the T-Rex. And then the Chairman takes some damage, and we're happy. Tachyon is one who I don't want discarding cards. Bunker, on the other hand, we enter Recharge mode. I would love to have gotten those 2 cards out, but yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and discard the 2 powers. And now, let's hold on. Okay, I think for now I'm just gonna play Savage Mana. Yeah, I should have had Haka discard the 2 cards because then I could have taken out the Contract. I'm not going to damage the Contract then. I am going to... T-Rex doesn't do anything. So I guess I'll punch the Operative. This won't amount to anything though. Another Obsidian Field. Okay. I honestly don't mind because... well, could be worse, but... okay. Everybody's taking 2, or 4. Destroy Foresight. Okay. Now then, I think I am going to play Mental Divergence. And then I can give someone 2 card draws and a card discard. I think right now I'll give it to Tachyon. And Tachyon, I want to discard a Burst. We'll discard Sucker Punch, I think. Ooh, immune to damage? No. Okay. I don't have anything that stops them or does anything really. So, I think I'm gonna heal everyone and increase damage, and then increase damage. No. Tachyon's turn. So we start by making them not able to hit us. Start with the operative. Now I can do 4 except to the underboss. Well, that's fine, because if I kill the underboss, then the underboss would just do a lot of damage to me. So honestly, right now, I don't want to take out the underboss. And juice worming, I don't care. Okay, now then, I can do 1 target, 1 damage. Haka, what are you doing? Probably ground pound? I can do 3 more damage to the deputy. And then take a look at the bottom 2 cards. Okay. Guess I will do a bunch of damage to the operative. And I don't want to, so I might just skip. Skip. Yeah. Ooh, okay. We're gonna start taking a lot of damage. Crooked Cop first. Okay. Just take out all of the underbosses. No. No. So you just draw 3. Yeah. I'll have you discard. You don't need your Gatling gun, and you don't need the decommissioned hardware. And then we go to Haka, who... Yeah, we're just not gonna let you do much. Yeah. Okay. So we're going a lot faster than I was hoping. Visionary can discard a card. We're not going to be playing Mind Spike. And now I am going to... do I just do like mass levitation or something? And let's go ahead and let Tachyon draw 2, discard 1. Don't need 2 pushing the limits. Twist the Ether, that's nice. I did not play it on Operative earlier, so... probably next evolution? Since, hold on. Lowest HP 5 melee damage. Maybe I just back this strike. Try to take out the muscle. Okay. Tachyon. I think I pushed the limits this turn. Draw a card. Damage the enforcers. Gonna take damage. Just choose for me. Tachyon. Nice. Burst. I don't want to destroy an environment card, so I'll play Fleet of Foot first, not Feet of Foot. It is not like... yeah, no. I can now play a card. Could play 2 cards if I want. I'm just gonna Synaptic Redirection. And T-Rexes, I think, are helping me at the moment, so I'll destroy the lower health one. Okay. Do I destroy Recharge Mode? Yes. I'm gonna need to start doing things. Let's get Ammo Drop into play now. And just focus down the operative. Make it irreducible damage. Okay. Let's draw some cards and deal damage to the operative. Nice, thank you for the help. Lowest HP X. Nice, nice. Oh. That was the T-Rex. Okay, Velociraptors, really? Sorry, Visionary. Okay, come on. At this point, I just kind of want control. So I think I play Twist the Aether on the operative to reduce how much damage she's doing. Okay. And now we go ahead and give Tachyon more card draw. And we discard a burst card. Quick Insight is draw 3, discard 2. I think I discard Sucker Punch. Okay, now we go to Legacy. Do you have... you don't. Okay. I think I'm gonna play Next Evolution. No! Do... 3 melee damage. Legacy, you're gonna be immune to melee. Okay. Yes. Can I not? Can I not? Hold on. Meanwhile, back, start of turn. Okay. Yes. No! I may redirect that damage to a target of my choice and destroy this card. I don't want to, though. Skip. There we go. Okay. Now then. I'm gonna start with quick insights. Discard 2. Pushing the limits, and research grant. I don't need 2 research grants. Okay, so that was my first card. I can do everyone 3 sonic damage. 5, 6, 7. I can play 2 cards. Let's start off with just trying to take people out. Perfect. Informant, you're gonna go down. Choose for me. And I said this was melee. Perfect. Okay. I forgot that I could pick any type of damage I wanted. Sorry, Pterodactyl Thief. Velociraptor Pack. T-Rex I am actually sorry about. And Chairman. I can redirect 5 damage to anyone? Oh. I'm probably gonna take out a lot of other people, so I'll redirect the 5 damage to the operative. And stop dealing damage. Okay. So I've played 2 cards, I think. So I probably want to play 2 more now to deal everybody 1 melee damage. Choose for me. Legacy has the higher HP, and it is melee damage. We're going to be doing that a lot right now. Choose for me. Legacy. Melee. Let's just also go ahead and do our 2 damage to you. Bye-bye Velociraptor Pack. Bye-bye Pterodactyl Thief. Or should I say Pterodactyl. Bye-bye Contact. Bye-bye Deputy. Well, no, not bye-bye. Hi, and Rage T-Rex, and Chairman takes 1. I believe I can play 1 more card, so I could... Oh, this just discards the... No. So I'm not going to destroy that card, so I think I go for another hit wide. Yeah. This will allow me to take out the muscle. Choose for me. Legacy, confirm, melee. Contract. Choose for me, legacy, confirm, melee. Okay. Okay. 2 more damage, 2 more damage, 1 more damage. Okay. And then, Tachyon. Great, we get to put 2 cards into play. Gonna put this card into play first. I think others can hit pretty wide on their turn. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be doing Taiha and then just hit both of them. So I'm going to hit the operative. And who has the second highest HP? It is now one of my heroes. At the end of the environment turn, deals the target other than itself with the second highest HP. Yeah, that is now my own heroes. So sorry, T-Rex, you're going by. Lightspeed Barrage. Ooh, okay. How many burst cards do I have? 16 burst cards. Okay. If I then follow up with an Omni Cannon, I can do 6 more damage. So I'm going to probably put the Omni Cannon into play. And then make damage to the operative irreducible. Okay, now, as I said, Taiha, deal damage to the deputy. Choose for me. Legacy, melee. Yes. And the operative to do 4 damage, putting her at 16, which is just within range for the burst cards. Yes. Choose for me. River of Lava was destroyed. Haka gets to draw a card. Each hero. Let's start with Visionary. She can destroy Mental Divergence. Legacy. Skip. Tachyon. Pushing the limits. Do I want to... Ooh, here's a question. Do I want to destroy Pushing the Limits now for free? Or do I just want to wait to her turn? Honestly, I need to keep her safe. Bunker. Bunker's in the Omni Cannon right now. And Haka. Skip. Choose for me. Okay. Who has the highest HP? Legacy. This is melee damage. Legacy. Perfect. Okay. Now then. I want to play Rest the Mind, I think. Oh. Oh well. No, wrong person. Hold on. Use a power. I meant to say Tachyon. HUD Goggles and Fleet of Foot. Nice. I want to discard a burst card, so I'm going to discard Synaptic Interruption. This will have no use to her on her turn, whereas most other burst cards in her hand might have a use. Okay, now we go to Legacy. Here I have... Ooh, I could do lead from the front. But I think... Yeah, I'm gonna do lead from the front. And then next evolution, just to play it more safe. Okay, so I start off with Fleet of Foot. So I still have 2 card plays. Okay, now then, how many? 19? Okay. I don't think you may draw a card. I don't want to draw a card. I'm just going to Lightspeed Barrage the Operative. There we go. And now I'm going to Lightspeed Barrage the Chairman. Yes. Perfect. And now go ahead and Tachyon. Yes. Yes. 1, 2, and 3. So I believe if I go ahead and enter turret mode, I can do this power, and then Omni Cannon choose for me to do 8 damage. 3 times 2 plus 2, yeah. Chairman reacts, yes. Okay, now then, we have Haka. Haka of Battle. Okay, and then I discard every card. This, honestly, was not the worst Chairman battle I've had. And now we just do 2 damage, which is 15. And we did it! Oh! Stressful, but honestly, wow. Oh, that was a cleanest Chairman battle I've had. So I am so happy with that. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We also just passed fight 1. We're now on to fight 2 with no deaths. Oh. I need a sip of water. That is so hard to believe. Maybe attempt 9 will be the attempt we get past Rook City. Spite, I guess, next. Advanced. Now then, how do we deal with Spite? He has a lot of damage reductions, so I probably want to bring Variant Bumper. Because, like, yeah. Now then, how else? Visionary Absolute Zero, probably. Because it's just him dealing damage. Ooh. Or I could do Visionary Raw. I think Visionary Raw is the better bet, because then I can turn all damage into a singular damage type, and make everyone immune to said damage type. And then now it's just getting to said. So something like this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now then, order of operations. Visionary first, so I can give other people draw who need it. Legacy next, I guess. Yeah, they're kind of my support heroes, and then Bunkers. Bunker is honestly just here. And then Raw and Haka. And what environment? Ruins of Atlantis. Trying to remember how bad this one is. Can't play cards, can't deal damage, or can't use powers. Can't use powers. Ooh. Okay. 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 I don't like this combo. Spite in the Ruins of Atlantis? Okay. Start the game. Lost child. And innocent bystander. On the prowl. Of course. Choose to do 4 melee damage. If they take damage this way, versus discard 3 cards. Bye-bye. Potential sidekick? No! Okay. No. Honestly? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I can take out... I'm definitely discarding this card, and Mind Spike, and Decoy Projection. And then... I guess we put on the prowl on top. And then, hold on, I want to check to see what's in everyone else's hands. Raw or Visionary? Why did I... yes, that's why. Raw or Visionary, I guess. So let's go Raw. And... yeah. Okay. How damaged is everyone? Not very. So I'll play Surge of Strength this turn. Galvanize. Okay, there's the next evolution. Now then, I want to start off just by reducing the damage I'm taking. And make damage to you irreducible. And I don't have... Guess I'll do Imbued Fire. And then might as well start damaging, but this damage will all heal off anyways. Tamoto. Okay. Choose for me. Spite heals 7. And then he plays a Lost Child. And he destroys the mystical defenses. Choose for me. Okay. Yes. Choose for me. Hey, look at that. Spite's already at full. And then do I want to do Foresight, or do I want to try to give it Raw the card? Raw has a lot of cards. Let's do Foresight. This can go on the bottom of my deck. Sure. On top of my deck? Yeah. Like, let's... I guess increase damage? Increase all damage by 2. Let's just stop the environment, I guess. And make all damage done to you irreducible. Counteract the drug card. Recharge mode, that's nice. Flame barrier. And then go ahead and do 5 fire damage. And then we go to Haka. Might as well heal 2, draw a card. And then might as well do 5 damage. Okay. Now we go to Spite, who heals 7. And he deals damage to himself. Okay. I can take out this ongoing, but I won't be searching for the cards. Let's... Do I? I'm just gonna do 6 damage. And... Hunt for Visionaries card. Twist the Ether, nice. On top of my deck. Psychic Maelstrom. Okay, next turn I'm playing Twist the Ether. Thunk. Do 6 damage and draw a card. Ooh, Heroic Interruption. That's nice. Okay. I could go into recharge mode, but honestly, I would rather keep using my power to make damage irreducible. Okay, then we go to Raw, who... Yes. Drawing cards? Yes, please. And even though it's less damage, it is a, card draw. And then I could draw to heal some. Draw to do damage. I think I'm just gonna do Taiha to do 6 damage and stop dealing damage. Okay. Of course. Okay. He's going to hurt us no matter what, so I'll say bunker, choose for me. Okay. And now we go twist the ether onto spite. And then Raw, you get to draw cards. And hold on, do you have the additional power? Additional power? No. Wrathful Gaze. Okay, he doesn't have the drug card that deals damage for already having cards. However, I don't like him damaging me, so I'm going to play Heroic Interruption. Yeah. Okay. Now we go to Bunker, who will get card draw at least. And hey, guess what? We keep up the irreducible damage. And I don't have... Oh, huh. I could just, like, put Fire Blast into play. Or, Blazing Tornado into play. And let's draw a card. Staff of Raw. Inferno. Still not what I'm looking for. Now let's draw 2, discard 1. Rampage is honestly not worth it. Not gonna play Rampage, not gonna play Savage Mana. Do I do Haka of Restoration? I'm just gonna stop here. And Taiha to do 9 damage. Stop dealing damage. Ground Pound, that's nice. Good. Ooh, return 3 to hand. Visionary's Foresight. Raw has a card. Yeah. And then I guess Bunker. Grenade launcher I'm not using. Of course. Destroy a card. Let's do Lost Child. Choose for me. And Good Samaritan. Choose for me. It is fire damage. Right. Choose for me. Fire. Fire. Reduce by 1. Fire. 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 Reduce by 1. Choose for me. Fire. Not fire. Reduce by 1. Fire. 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 Okay. Yes. Fire. Honestly, sure. Okay, now then we continue combing Ra's deck. Don't think we saw it. No, Wrathful Gaze. Not what I'm hoping for. No. I'm gonna just focus on healing for now. This fight's gonna flip anyways. No. Grenade launcher. Spite. Okay. Ooh, the Omni Cannon. That's nice. No. One, two, three, four. Yeah. Okay. What's the card that I'm looking for? Yes. Living Conflagration, do 4 damage, and then I get to draw a card for 3 damage. Staff of Ra. Summon Staff. I mean, Summon Staff is just card cycle. Ground Pound, yes. Tamoko, Haka of Restoration. And then Taiha. And stop dealing damage. Haka of Shielding, no. Increase all damage dealt by 1, increase all HP. Okay. Visionary. Legacy can discard lead from the front. Bunker. External combustion. Ra can discard Inferno. And Haka can discard Haka of Shield. Okay. Visionary has the decoy projection, so I'm probably going to return that to hand. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's ongoing and/or equipment. That's neither. Okay. Okay. Heavy plating. Tamoko. And living conflagration. Okay. Raw. Yes! Flesh of the Sun God. Perfect. Okay. Okay. And now we thunk. And do we heal or do we increase damage? He's about to flip, so I think we heal. Okay. Now then here, we get the Omni Cannon out. And then we make damage irreducible. Great, now we can Flesh of the Sun God. Make everyone immune to fire damage. Okay, I no longer care about Flame Barrier. Okay. I'm gonna play Tamoko. And then do Taiha to do 5 damage. Stop dealing damage. Fire. Okay. Yes. Start of each hero turn. Yeah, sorry, lost child. You aren't gonna get saved. Choose for me. Okay. Of course. Visionary. Legacy. Lead from a front. Bunker. Sure. Raw. Scorched Earth, I guess. Haka. Haka Restoration. Choose for me. Actually, wait, no, I should have. Oh. Choose for me. Fire. Increase by 1. Choose a card to return to hand. Let's see, Flame Barrier. What else? Ammo Drop. We're no longer destroying cards. And Tamoko. Choose for me. Fire. Choose for me. Fire. Oh. Choose for me. Fire. Reduce by 1. Okay. I mean, you have no cards. Fire. Ooh, twist the ether. Do I want to play next evolution? Might as well. And then everyone heals HP and deal damage, or I can just buff damage. I think everyone heals and deal damage. Fire. Nice, everyone draws a card. Yes. Ammo drop. Ammo drop. And... external combustion. I probably want to go into upgrade mode. So then I can start playing cards with just Bunker. I forgot I need to do additional powers. Oops. Oh well. I'll do this. Yeah, there's a reason why I fire. And fire. Fire. Okay. Then Haka, Mere, and we draw a card. Yeah. Fire. So right now I think it's mostly just the environment that can kill me. Speaking of... well, that and if I don't play enough cards. Heavy plating, Mere, and what does Legacy have? Inspiring Presence, maybe? Let's do Inspiring Presence. Choose for me. Fire. Fire. Choose for me. Fire. 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 Choose for me. Fire. Okay. Twist the ether on Spite. Now then, who might I want to draw to? Bunker has a lot of cards. I'm mostly gonna, for him, continue charging the Omni Cannon. Actually, wait, hold on. Since he's going to be going through a lot of cards, Bunker can now discard a card. I don't really care. Decommission hardware. Fire. Okay. Inspiring Presence. And he's not going to take any damage from Motivational Charge, but we are going to heal Visionary 1, or we can buff our damage. Let's heal Visionary. Oh, he is going to take 1 damage. Fire. Okay. Yes. Actually, if I can get the Gatling gun out, that would be great. 1, 2... I'm never going to play Recharge mode. No, I don't want to destroy Upgrade mode, because it at least lets me play another card. Gatling gun, I guess. Gatling gun and turret mode. Go ahead and do that. Fire. And then grenade launcher to do 5 fire damage. Stop dealing damage, stop dealing damage. Fire. Everything's just fire. Not gonna go into recharge mode. Hold on. We have no there. Inspiring Presence. So probably want to do something here. Living Conflagration. No, Staff of Ra. Staff of Ra. Okay, let's go ahead and make everyone immune to fire damage. Okay. And then here we can Mere to do 4 damage and draw a card. Fire damage. Okay. Of course. Discard their hand to get rid of that card. Visionary. Yeah, I'm not taking toxic damage whenever I use power. Inspiring Presence, Staff of Ra, and Mere. Choose for me, fire. Choose for me, fire. I probably didn't need to discard my hand, because he would have just destroyed the environment anyways. Oh well. It was the only thing that was going to help him there. Okay. Now then. Draw 2, discard 1. Bunker probably, to continue loading the Omni Cannon. Currently it's sitting at 12 damage. Bunker. Hold on. Use a power. Yeah, no, we're going for Haka. And now Haka discards a card. Tamoto. Fire. I say so much fire when I'm using this strategy. Also, this strategy, I feel, is a little bit overpowered. But honestly, right now I don't care. Galvanize or Motivational Charge? Motivational Charge. Fire. And now you cannot play cards. But yes, I'll move 3 cards under Omni Cannon. Wait, what? Hold on. Back, start of turn. Yes. 1, confirm. 2, confirm. 3, confirm. Okay. And then we do 1 damage to Spite. Do I want to destroy turret mode? No. Hey, Spite, you cannot play cards. And it's fire. And I can deal 18 damage to you right now. Or I can do 5. Stop dealing damage, fire. I could probably end this fight fully at full HP if I wanted to. Staff of Ra. Okay. Now then, we make everyone immune to fire damage again. Fire. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not enough. So we continue on my strategy. Play method. Do 4 damage. Draw a card. Take fire damage. Yes. And then we go to the environment. Increase all lightning damage by 2. Okay. Return a card to hand. I definitely want to do turret mode. And then what else? Staff of Ra, probably. And Inspiring Presence? Maybe. Choose for me. Fire. Choose for me. Fire. Okay. Mass levitation. And then, hey, guess who can actually get more cards? Bunker! And I'm gonna discard turret mode. Fire. I think I can win this round. I can increase all damage, or I can draw a card, or I can deal damage. I think more triggers of damage is better at the moment. Stop dealing damage, and more triggers of damage is better. I'm pretty sure I can win this round. Fire. Draw a card. Yes. Okay. Yes. 1 card, heavy plating. Skip. Okay. And now I go ahead and play my card. And then I trigger the Omni Cannon. Choose for me. And do 20 damage. And we take fire damage. And there we go. Fire Blast. And Blazing Tornado. There we go. I did it. That's 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Okay. Okay. We are 2 for 2. Do we keep going? Do we keep going with Plague Rat or Matriarch? Hold on. Was that on advanced? Yes. That was on advanced. I think we do Plague Rat next. Mr. Fixer. Now then, for Plague Rat, I don't want to buff my damage a ton. So, I bring Visionary for the card draw. And then who else? I'm looking specifically for a specific tool on Mr. Fixer. I might bring Tachyon. And then who else? Probably someone with a little bit more control. I could bring Wraith. Hold on, let's see the environment. Okay, that was just the environment I get. Okay. Absolute 0, maybe. Because he can heal. Worst case scenario, I can always have Hero's Punch. Absolute 0. Do I even want to bring anyone else? That's the question. Maybe Legacy, but America's Greatest Legacy. Yeah. Start Visionary. Go Tachyon. Tachyon's kind of a damage dealer, I think. Originally, I thought she was more support, but no, like, playing her deck recently, she's been very much a damage dealer. Mr. Fixer before Greatest Legacy. No, after. Because in the beginning, I'll be wanting to draw cards for Mr. Fixer. Okay. Yes. On to the rat. Choose one. Ow. Okay. Okay. Do I have... Don't. Hold on. What does everyone else have? Got Bloody Knuckles, you got Jack Handle. Ooh, yes! Jack Handle, perfect. That is actually the card that I want. So that is perfect. Yeah. So I don't care about Mr. Fixer drawing cards. Probably go for Tachyon drawing cards. Yeah. Tachyon needs more cards. And Absolute Zero has stuff he can do. Yeah. As for right now, I probably... Let's start off with just Decoy Projection. Tachyon. Draw 2 cards. And discard the Sucker Punch. I'm not gonna play it. Okay. And now I get Greatest to bolster allies. And right now, I'm gonna give Tachyon the power. To play a card randomly from Tachyon's deck. Let's start with Accelerated Assault. Choose for me. Yeah, we're just gonna punch Plague Rat. Jackhandle. And then we go ahead and choose for me. Okay. Now then, draw 2, discard a card. Let's play 2 now. This one and this one. To go ahead and, hey, Tachyon. That was not lucky. Okay, now we go on to Absolute Zero. And let's go ahead and get some healing out. And heal. Nice. Okay. Who do we want to be infected? Mr. Fixer. He's always the first hero I infect. Choose for me. Plague Locust. Or Plague Rat. Okay. And now it's just a matter of dealing damage. What's everyone's hand looking like? Absolute Zero, you're doing fine. I'm probably gonna play the Bloody Knuckles, I think. Honestly, I'm just gonna pick Tachyon again. Wow, 3 hypersonic assaults. Yeah. Honestly, I'm probably gonna play hypersonic assault on Tachyon's turn. If that's the case, I don't need to reduce damage. So let's go ahead and give Tachyon power to go ahead and hopefully play 2 random cards. Nope. for me. Bloody Knuckles. And then choose for me. Oh hey, there's another Bloody Knuckles. Okay. And now here... pushing the limits, Hypersonic Assault. Tachyon. It's still no matches. Huh. HUD goggles, finally. Okay. And here... let's just go ahead and impale Plague Rat. Well, there's my module card. Okay, hold on. Shadowy, 5 more damage to a single target, play the top card of the villain deck. That's not great. I don't like that. Visionary, can you deal with that? No. Okay. In that case, we'll just deal damage. Stop dealing damage, and then Tachyon. Hey, Tachyon can deal with it. Okay. And let's just go ahead and back fist strike the rat. And hey, Tachyon, why don't you go ahead and hopefully play a card? Tachyon. Hey, finally. Let's start with Fleet of Foot. Everybody gets a card. And then you can play a card. Blinding Speed. To go ahead and destroy the Shadowy Ambush. And then we go to Mr. Fixer. And... ooh. Again, I could go for another Bloody Knuckles, or I could go for a Grease Monkey Fist. Let's go for Grease Monkey Fist. Fire damage, and we move on to Tachyon. Yes. I think I'm pretty safe at this point in time, especially if I can play 3 cards, because then I can do Hypersonic Assault and the Accelerated Assault. And then I can go on and check Tachyon's bottom 2 cards. Oh hey, they're both 1-shots. So let's punch Plague Rat, and then make Plague Rat cry. Hold on. Is that Dazzler? I don't know. I'm still learning the lore a little bit. Anyways, Absolute Zero's turn. I mean, we can just increase the cold damage we're dealing. Cold. Ooh, that's nice. You're definitely punching Absolute Zero. And Visionary. and Legacy, I guess, and Tachyon. Okay, now we go to Visionary's turn. I don't care. I'm just gonna play power to get a power out, or yeah. Tachyon? How many burst cards? 11 burst cards? Sure, Tachyon. I probably could do someone else, but yeah. Sucker Punch is never gonna get played. Ooh, Demoralization. That's nice. Back Fist Strike. Now you, Racketeer, are being a little annoying. And Tachyon. Tachyon. Everybody draws a card. And then play a card. Yeah. Deal 1 damage to 1 target. Flag Rat. And draw a card. And then we're gonna go ahead and do 4 damage to the Racketeer. Okay. Choose for me. Fire. Fire. There we go. Oh, no, he's not down yet. I have Bloody Knuckles again. Do I just keep doing that? Or, sorry. Yeah, I think I just Bloody Knuckles again. Choose for me. Fire. Fire. Okay. And then we go for Visionary. Honestly, kinda. Been dealt damage by the super... Okay, perfect. So let's do everybody 1 damage. Everybody 1 damage and no damage. And 16 burst cards. And then we take a look at the bottom 2 cards of Tachyon's deck. And Fleet of Foot. And then we can play another Lightspeed Barrage. Destroy a card? Do I have to? I don't know, I've been enjoying the infection, but oh well. No. There we go. 3 for 3! Okay. Now then, do I do the Matriarch now? I think I do the Matriarch now. That's 3 for 3. Now then, this is just pure damage race. Wraith. Tachyon is good at hitting wide, but I absolutely do not want to hit wide in this one. Legacy, I guess. Increased damage taken. And then who would be a good last target? Or last... Maybe Mr. Fixer. Advanced. Yeah. Yeah. Damage race, I don't want to bring Visionary. Pike. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Before we jump on into things, I'm gonna be right back. I actually kind of need to go to the washroom. So I'm just gonna do this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let's go ahead and edit the defeated heroes. Okay, and this is not actually Fight 2, this is actually Fight 4. Let's hop on into things. Hear my song of pain and sorrow. All must know the might of Corvus. Okay. This. Foul. Perfect time for Horde Cacophony. Oh! Perfect time for 2 Horde Cacophonies. Such torment. Sorry. Such torment. Fowl of the air, rain down on all who creepeth upon the earth. Thus I am the Matriarch, from the center to the sea I rule as Queen of the Fowl. Feel the fury of the skies scorned. Knights Plutonian shore. 5. Knights Plutonian shore. Okay. Okay, on to our turn. Let's quickly see what cards everyone has. I think it's mostly the fouls. This card, yeah. So... yeah, that Driving Mantis is probably the card I'll play for Mr. Fixer. And then I don't know. It's a damage race. Everyone's taken damage already. So we're just starting off with just increasing damage. Imbued fire. And do I want to take out the Matriarch's mask? Probably. Okay. Taiha to go ahead and finish off the Mask of the Matriarch and start hitting the Matriarch. I think it's mostly the murders who are doing damage here. But honestly, I'm just gonna play Stunbolt anyways. Because honestly, it's the best card I got at the moment. Maybe next turn I'll play Trust Fund. Highest HP, and this is each. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna play Bloody Knuckles this game. Bigdo. Driving Mantis to at least redirect some damage. And then we go ahead and start blasting. No! Haka 2 psychic damage. Legacy. Curse you, rat! Well, that is fine. Yeah. I think I go bolster allies next. Let's do Fortitude instead, so I start reducing damage even more. And then we go to Raw. I'm gonna go Living Conflagration, hitting the Matriarch. And do I want to draw a card? Or do an extra damage? I don't mind drawing a card. If I lose because of 1 damage, I'm gonna be very upset. Haka of Battle. Ooh, Ground Pound. Okay. So I think I just discard 2, so that way I can discard 2 cards next turn for Ground Pound. Stop. 2 targets. Definitely hitting Matriarch. And also the Mask. Good to know. Ground Pound only affects the first target of that. With Throwing Knives, I can finish off all 3 of them, so I'm gonna go for the Throwing Knives this turn. Bye-bye, Rat. And bye-bye, Mask. Okay. And then... 2 instances of damage, or just increased damage for next turn. I think increased damage for next turn. 2 instances of damage isn't going to make that big a difference. And if I go ahead and just increase my damage, then I get to do more damage overall. And you're back. I just dealt with you. Haka 3 Psychic. And Legacy. And this time I didn't Stunbolt her. There's one of the domains. The domains are destructible. I don't have an additional power, so I think I might just bolster allies. Okay, and then Galvanize. Okay, now then we go to Raw. I'm gonna summon Staff, and then summon Staff again. Okay, now then. Do I want to summon Staff to increase my damage dealt, or just deal more damage? I don't think I quite finished this turn, so I'll Staff of Ra. It heals me anyways. I'll deal some fire damage. Hit the Matriarch. Honestly, this is a pretty lucky game, all things considered. I could Ground Pound. I'm going to do that. Yes. Punish the Weak, I'll never end up playing this game. And Haka Restoration. And then Taiha. Wraith can deal with the Rat. So I'll have Haka hit the Carrion Fields. Throat Jab. They already can't deal damage, so I'm just gonna Trust Fund. Additional power and reduce damage. Ooh, Impromptu Invention. That is very nice. Discard 2 cards. I don't need the Throwing Knives, I'll be honest. I already have my Throwing Knives. And then we take out the Matriarch. Okay. And now, let's deal 1 target 2 damage, which is actually 6. And then go ahead and hit the Carrion Fields. And then we punch the Matriarch and stop dealing damage. Okay. You know, I might have been able to kill that round if I wasn't concerned. Oh no, more foul cards. And the mask is back, yeah. Mask is back, whatever will I do? I think I'm gonna thonk. There we go. Everyone's above 20. Wow. I did it. I did it. Yes. I just realized all of these villains have been beaten on advanced mode with no casualties. Oh, hold on. Ah, that's how you see the operatives card. I did not notice the stack of bodies here. Oh, yes! I have officially unlocked Night Mist and Argent Adept for good. Yes. Yay. Yay! We're making progress! Anyways, I am going to call it here. But, yeah, no, that is, yay! We're making progress towards the end. The end. Ugh. I'm surprised it doesn't say how much health he has here, because Oblivion has a bit of health, you could say. 10,000. So yeah, but yeah, no, we are making progress. Anyways, I am going to call it here. Yeah. Thanks everyone who tuned in. And, yeah. Might end up streaming this weekend. No, probably not actually. This weekend I'm fairly busy. Next time I stream might be Friday, tomorrow? Or it might just be early next week. Honestly, hard to say. Anyways, have a good one.